That's a very deep question. Stay away from it. Cut those people out of your life. That's a compliment, I guess. No. Next question was, do you live in France now? I don't know if I want to open up about that right now. How come you cut a lot of people out of your life, and what does your circle look like now? So many things in life that make me happy. Reading books, cooking, real estate, fashion, travel, makeup. I don't call them friends because friends don't do that to one another. France, Italy, and yeah, so I'm a global real estate advisor. That if I answer that, you're gonna get your answer to some of the other questions. Oh goodness. I need to have some water for this because maybe this is a sensitive subject for me. If I've gotten a divorce or if I'm on a break, I know this is a very, very sensitive subject for a lot of people. I know this video was promised to you back in April. Well, we are in April, sorry, back in February. I put a poll, or not a poll, a question box on my Instagram. It was kind of like a free box to ask me whatever questions you have, or if you have any assumptions. I think that's what it was, yes. I think I'll be able to get to all of them today in this video. If I don't, I'll definitely make another one. So get yourself your favorite drink or snack or whatever, and let's answer these questions. I wrote some of them down on my notebook, so we're gonna go through it. All right, the first question that turns into assumptions sometimes is that if I've gotten a divorce or if I'm on a break or something, because some of my videos that I make at home, you may not see me wearing a ring. The short answer is no, I have not gotten a divorce. I have my ring and I'm not on a break. Reason why some of you may assume that is because when I make videos at home, I sometimes don't have my ring on. So I know some people do not take the ring off no matter what they're doing at home or at the gym, or they go to the sauna, like they have it on 24/7. I do not like to do that. I do not like to have my ring on 24/7. And so I take it off sometimes, and you may see me making some videos that I do not have a ring on, or I may have other rings on my finger. All right, next question is why we do not have any kids yet, and what my plan is, or what our plan is when it comes to children. None of the questions that you guys asked bothered me, because it just doesn't bother me when people ask me that. But here's the thing, I know this is a very, very sensitive subject for a lot of people. So all I ask is please be careful when you ask people that, because for whatever personal reason that person may have, it just may be very sensitive. Maybe one partner wants kids and the other one doesn't. Maybe the in-laws or the parents want and the people don't, or vice versa. Or it might be a financial thing, or it might be a health thing, or it might be whatever reason that might be. It is just a sensitive subject. And even if it's within your family, just be very careful when you ask that question, please. Because I know some people, even in my own life, that even if it's within your own family, please be careful when you ask somebody that question, because it can be hurtful, it can bring them pain, it can bring them arguments, it can I don't know. I feel like that is not something that I would ask people. I just hope that everyone is careful when you ask that question. Again, personally, with me and Jiman, we never get bothered when people ask us that question. And some people just ask because they're coming from a good place, not necessarily a bad place. They come from a good place and they just want to know. They're just curious. It never bothers us. Our parents ask us in a very, very careful way. My parents only asked me, not in front of anyone else, or not even in front of Jiman. And his parents have asked both of us, and our family sometimes do ask us. When it comes to children, if you asked me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 1,000%, I wanted 3, I wanted 5. 4 years ago, I wanted maybe 1. And then now, it's just not for us, and we have decided not to have any children. I don't think that's our cup of tea. I don't think it's our lifestyle anymore to have children, and we've both decided not to have children. We both are on the same page, which I think is a big blessing, because both of us at one point wanted it. Well, didn't really want one. We're like, okay, in the future, we could definitely look into it. After we got married, we both said, yeah, I don't think this is for us. So we both decided on 100% no children. I think it was 99 up until like 3 years ago. And then after that, we were kind of like, yeah, 100%. It's no, we don't want children. So that was our plan. But we did make a promise to one another that if one day, for whatever reason, one of us wakes up and they kind of think that they want it, or they regret not having it, the other one can accept and we will have children. So if I wake up one day and I'm like, I really want to have kids, he'll be okay with it. So if one of us wants it, we'll both be on board. So that's a promise we made to one another. I know a lot of people go through a lot with that. One partner wants it, the other one doesn't. So yeah, definitely be mindful of that when you ask people, because you never know. Even with divorces and just relationships, that's very, very personal in my opinion. Obviously, if you know someone went through a divorce, just make sure they're okay. But just flat out asking, did you get a divorce? Or I think that's just too direct. And I think your first goal, if you care about that person, should be if they're okay, and if they need somebody to be there for them, or if they need to talk about it, just leave it up to that person to open up to you about it. But again, I don't mind it. For some reason, I don't mind these questions being asked. Maybe because I put my life out on the internet and that's just what I signed up for. Told myself that I have to be okay with these kind of questions, and so maybe that's what it is. Our next question is about alcohol and why I don't drink, and if it's a religious thing. No, I used to drink, and I still do occasionally drink. So it's not a religious thing. I used to drink at parties. I used to drink every single weekend sometimes. I used to drink 3 days in a row sometimes when we would party Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We used to drink with our friends at parties, at house parties, or whatever. The reason I put alcohol away, kind of like 99% away, is because of my migraines. I actually went to the doctor because the thing with alcohol for me was every time I drank, and no matter what it was, if it was beer, this sun is like insane. Maybe I should close the curtain, or maybe if I sit here. All right, that's better. The thing with alcohol for me was if I drank beer, white wine, red wine, whiskey, vodka, tequila, whatever the alcohol was, I would get a really bad migraine the next day. Not just a migraine, okay, take a pill and it goes away. It was an all-day thing for me. I would have a migraine from the moment I would wake up until sometimes 10 p.m., 11 p.m. it would last, and sometimes it just wouldn't go away. So for me, I couldn't afford to lose 2 days just because I wanted to have a drink. And this is not me having like 6-7 drinks. It was just maybe one drink. One glass of wine would do it to me. One glass of a mixed vodka drink or something like that would do it to me. So regardless of the drink, or regardless of the amount of the drink, I would get a migraine the next day, and I still do. So no, it's not a religious thing. It's not 100% out of my life. I have a couple of sips here and there. All right, next question. I actually had a couple of questions about this YouTube and how to start it. How did you start YouTube? And I want to become a content creator, but I'm afraid people are going to judge me. Stuff like that. A lot of stuff like that. I want to become, a content creator. I'm really afraid that my family and friends would judge me. Oh goodness. I need to have some water for this because maybe this is a sensitive subject for me. Maybe this is actually answers a lot of questions that you also asked. Like, I have more questions on here that if I answer that, you're gonna get your answer to some of the other questions. All right, so let me remove this because this is ruining my aesthetics. All right, so my main job, my career is real estate. I've been in real estate for 17 years now, 17 and a half years now. And I just joined a global company where I can actually work all around the world. France, Italy, New York, US, anywhere around the world. That's one of my main reasons why I joined Sotheby's Realty, and I've already met a couple of people in France, Italy, and so I'm a global real estate advisor. A couple of years ago, I decided that I wanted to take fashion and makeup into the next level, and a lot of my friends would tell me that I should start a YouTube channel, that I should start putting makeup tutorials out there, hair tutorials out there, fashion stuff out there, because they liked the way I did my makeup and hair and the way I dressed. They kept kind of pushing me to and motivating me to do this. So I started this as a hobby. I started sharing fashion, I started sharing makeup and hair and stuff like that. And the same thing happened to me. And so I can relate and understand why some people think that other people may judge them, because they may judge you. And it happened to me. A lot of people around me, I don't call them friends, because friends don't do that to one another. And that's the thing, because if somebody is your true friend, they will not do that to you. They will push you no matter what you want to do in life. They will support you no matter what you want to do in life. And that's what true friends are. And the ones who stuck by me are the ones that are still supporting me, are the ones that are still pushing me every single day to do better. And the ones that didn't support me and judged me and made fun of me and talked behind my back are the ones that you will no longer see at my table. You will no longer see around me. So I hope that kind of clears some things for you, because if you want to do something and you're afraid that people may judge you, they are not your true friends. And I went through that. It's not a sensitive subject for me. It's just not a funny thing, but I knew immediately whoever does that to me will unfortunately be cut out of my life, because that shows me what kind of person you are. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it comes from because they wanted to do the same thing and they just wouldn't start it because they felt that they're going to be judged. I don't know if it came from a place of definitely not a good place. Whatever the place they came from was not a good place. I'm not a professional psychologist to know what the intention was behind what they did, but yeah, all I can tell you is the people who judged me, the people who talked behind my back, they were never my friends. I never even called them my friends. But there were a lot of people around me that started doing that, and they're no longer here. So if you want to start something, do it. If you truly love to do something, if you want to start putting out your outfit, if you want to start making videos on your makeup, if you want to start making cooking videos, whatever it is that you love, do it. Make yourself happy. And that at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And if somebody wants to make fun of you and judge you and bully you and whatever it is that they do, it just shows you what kind of person they are, and it's a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. You're doing something you love. That also might be a good way for you to know who is really your true friend and who's really not. Just a thought. That might be a good way for you to kind of filter the people around you to see who is really going to support you. Because start your YouTube channel, start your TikTok channel, start your Instagram, make makeup videos, make fashion videos, make cooking videos, whatever you want to share. Share your pet, share your passion, share the books you read, share whatever you love to do, share that love, because that is what also inspired me. Another question was how I started my YouTube channel. I got inspired by other YouTubers. I truly got inspired by other YouTubers, and I'm like, I love so many things in life. There's so many things in life that make me happy. Reading books, cooking, real estate, fashion, travel, makeup. Those are some of the main things that make me really, really happy. And self-care, self-love, skincare. I share all of them. I share everything I love with you, and the ones who love it, truly love it, and they will support you, and the ones who don't can scroll. So do it. This is your sign. 100% do it. If you want more on that, I can talk for hours and hours and hours about it, but I'm gonna jump to the next question because I want to get through all these questions. But yeah, if you want more on that, I could definitely maybe make a whole new video. Maybe I can make a dedicated video just about that, so I can help you and support you, whatever you need to do. When it comes to YouTube, I'm still a tiny channel compared to a lot of big YouTubers, but I'm getting there. I'm slowly growing, and my community is so genuine. I have some lovely, genuine, and authentic people on there that truly love what I put out there, and that's what I enjoy. Every time I wake up, every time I see a comment on one of my YouTube videos, it just genuinely makes me happy, and that's why I created my YouTube channel, because of these connections, and I have it, and it just makes me so happy. So 100% do it. All right, next question was your friends and your circle. I kind of went over that, but another thing that I could kind of maybe address, well, the assumption was, or the question was, what was the question? I just wrote the bullet points on here. Let me see. Exact question was, how come you cut a lot of people out of your life, and what does your circle look like now? All right. Some of the people that I cut out of my life were the ones I mentioned before. So a lot of them were cut out of my life. Again, I didn't call a lot of people around me my friends because of that reason. For me, I've always had one best friend all my life. Well, I had a guy best friend for about 12 years. He was my true best friend. For me, when it comes to best friends, I think best means one. So when I see a lot of people have 10, 15, 7, even 3 best friends, I personally could never relate to that, because me personally, I could only have one best friend and a lot of good friends and a lot of friends and a lot of people who I knew and a lot of people around me, and then acquaintance and then colleagues. And there's so many different levels when it comes to relationships and friendships that for me personally, I can only have one best friend in my life, and then a lot of good friends and a lot of friends and a lot of people around me, if that makes sense. That's how I was all my life. All my life I have had maybe three best friends in my life, and one of them I still talk to, maybe not every single day, but every other day, every 3-4 days. So I think I went off subject about that a little bit, but to give you the kind of short answer, because I want to get to the rest of these questions, is yes, I did cut a lot of people out of my life, and COVID and my wedding were the two things that kind of happened around the same time. 2020, both happened in 2020. It showed me a lot about people. It showed me a lot about myself. I learned a lot about myself, a lot. Like, I matured so much during 2020 that I would not have matured any other way. If I lived 40 years, I would not have matured. But the way I matured during that 1 year taught me so much, made me so much stronger. I kind of learned that my energy is so important and not a lot of people can afford it. I actually put out a meme on my Instagram and so many people loved it. It says, I would say this is exactly me. It says, your energy is your most expensive currency and not everyone can afford it. I loved this so much that that's exactly what happened to me. I learned that my energy is so valuable and I'm not just going to give it to anyone that comes around. So I made my circle a lot smaller. Again, not everyone in that big circle was my friend, but I still had to make a lot of adjustments, a lot of hard adjustments. They were not easy. Some of them were easy, some of them were not easy. But my circle now, I can tell you, is the most valuable thing for me. And I have surrounded myself with people who have the same motivation, who have the same energy. We push each other to be better. There is no drama, there's no gossip, there is no I can talk. I can make a whole video about that too. Just the things I was seeing in some friendships would not make sense to me. I don't know if I want to open up about that right now. Maybe another day, but I was just seeing a lot of things that would not sit right with me. I just would come home and I'm like, how can somebody do that? How can somebody say that? And then tomorrow, the next day, they are doing... Yeah, I'll open up about it another day. It's just a lot to open up about. It's a lot to handle. So I might just do another video about it and I'll talk to you guys and I'll open up about it. But going back to the short answer, yes, I did cut out a lot of people out of my life because I just had to. And I learned so much about myself and I learned that my energy is very important. My house is a very sacred place and I want to only keep what matches my energy. And the circle I've made makes me happy every single day. We push each other to be better people. We motivate each other. We have the same motives, we have the same goals, and that's just all I want. And the value of that for me is gold. It's more than gold. The value of that for me is just priceless. Another assumption was, or question, is that you don't post about your friends anymore. No, I'm trying very hard not to do that because my page is not a personal page. My page is not a friends and family page. It's just not that anymore. I know I used to, and that's because first when I opened up my page, it was kind of all over the place and I didn't know what I want to do with it. I was kind of sharing friends and family and trips and fashion. It was kind of all over the place. But now I have a niche and now I kind of also want to protect other people's privacies because I just don't want to be everywhere with my camera. When I go out, I try not to be on my phone or my camera a lot. And if I do need to record something, I make sure that people are not in it just because I want to respect their privacy. I want to respect my privacy. My page is not about my friends and my family. Yes, I do share about my lifestyle and I show you as much as possible, and when I do vlogs, I share way more than I share on my Instagram stories. So my vlogs will sometimes show you what I'm doing, but again, I respect other people's privacies. So yeah, I'm definitely sharing a lot less of that, and that's the reason. Can you do a workout routine on what I eat in a day? Absolutely. That's a whole different video, another video I will do on what I eat in a day and my kind of workout routine. I don't like to film at the gym. I will not film at the gym, but I will somehow show you my workout routine. I can definitely do a what I eat in a day video, so yes to that. How to keep a happy relationship? Is that the question? Is it how to keep a happy relationship? Hold on. Yes, how do you keep a happy relationship? Oof, that's a very deep question. No relationship is perfect. Maybe I can answer this within a minute or two. No relationship is perfect. Every single relationship has ups and downs. I would say the most important thing is that communication is key. I learned that over the years. I've been with my husband now for 10 years. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary and we've had a lot of ups and downs. A lot. and that just made us stronger because we loved each other, we wanted to be together, and it kind of either makes you stronger or it shows you that maybe that person is not right for you. So we learned that we want to be together and we're going to do everything we can to work all of the ups and downs out and make our foundation stronger. I think that's what you guys are referring to, right? When you ask relationship, yes, when you ask relationship, that's what you mean, right? Okay, so that's what we do. We communicate, and I actually came across a TikTok video of a lady who was saying, I don't know if she was a psychologist or her therapist told her that there are 3 ways when you have a problem in a relationship, is to turn away, to turn against each other, and to turn for one another. And the turning away is always the worst part, because even if you're turning against somebody, at least you're doing something. And so of course turning for one another is something that Jima and I also learned, that we are together, we're one team. Even if something comes up that he does that bothers me, for example, I try to understand where he comes from, or vice versa, he understands to see where I come from or why we feel the way we feel. We never ever ever challenge why one of us feels a certain way. If one of us goes to the other one and says, well, you made me feel this way, we don't say, well, why do you feel that way? We don't do that. We try to say, okay, I'm so sorry you felt that way. Let me understand what I did to make you feel that way. That is very important, and I think just communicating and understanding that you're one team is also very, very important. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an expert in anything relationship-wise, but I definitely hope that helps. That's what we do in our relationship, and I just hope that really helps. All of these questions are good because for each question I can talk like hours about. I can make a whole video, whole dedicated video about one of these questions and answer it and go into detail, but we got to answer all of them in this video. I want to become a... Oh, I already answered that. Do you have hair extensions? Oh, you do have hair extensions. No, I do not have hair extensions. I did extensions 15 years ago. One time, and I regretted it so badly. I loved it for the first like 3 days and I absolutely hated it, so I took them out immediately. I did put extensions for Halloween because I actually did a wig, white wig, and then another year I was Princess Jasmine, so I needed like super long hair and thick hair, so I did extensions. But no, I do not have extensions. I do not have any extensions. I don't have a lot of hair, so I don't know why some people may think I have extensions, but no. If I do have extensions, I don't mind sharing that. I share everything I do, so if I do have extensions, I will share with you that I have extensions. I did do a partnership with an extension company. I had the extensions in for like 15 minutes and I took them out. So yeah, if I have it, I'll be open about it. I don't mind saying I have extensions in. All right, next question was, do you live in France now? So as I mentioned, my real estate company is global, so I do go back and forth, and I do some content creation work there and here, and with companies that are related to both countries. And as I mentioned, my real estate work is global, so I hope that answers your question. I do go back and forth a lot, and I do content creation in France, so hope that helps and answers your question. Surgeries. What was the question about surgeries? Let's see. Or assumption about surgeries. What kind of surgeries have you had on your face or procedures? So everything I've done, I've shared with you. Actually, a lot of people around me think that I got a nose job because I'm Persian and my nose looks like I've done surgery for a Persian girl. I have not had a nose surgery. I was, I guess, blessed. I never knew I have a surgery looking nose up until I think I was a teenager. People started assuming that I had surgery. No, I never had a nose surgery. I actually got in an argument with a friend because the 3 of us went out. 3 girls, me and 2 other girls, and one of them had a couple of drinks and she said, I don't understand why you just don't tell people that you got a nose surgery. And the other friend got really upset and she said she had not had nose surgery. If she did, she would have told us. And it's funny because I guess when you do a nose surgery, you have kind of like stitches around, like you can see where they opened it. So I told her, I was like, put a flashlight on my nose and see that I have not had any surgeries, no surgeries. And she said, no, these days they do it without cutting your nose open or whatever. I'm like, well, see, that tells you that I don't even know how to do it these days. No, I have not had any nose surgery. This is my nose. I wouldn't mind sharing that. I don't know. I'm very comfortable and open about sharing everything I do to my face, to my body, whatever I'm doing. I'm open. I guess some people are not, and I guess some people are very uncomfortable sharing that or maybe hide it. I don't have any reason hiding that information. If I had no surgery, I would tell you, yes, I did it with this doctor. He's amazing. You should check him out. I've not had any surgeries. The only things I have done to my face is Botox, which I openly share. And one time I did my smile line fillers. Actually, I got a comment today on one of my videos, on my makeup video, the most recent one, and somebody asked what they said. Ouch! Did you hear that? My neck. She said, "Hey Sarv, about a year ago, you have got fillers for your laugh line. So would you please give us some update about that after 1 year? Did you do it again?" And I said, no, I have not done it again. That was the only time. I'm actually happy with the result right now. I think the results have lasted. I think it was over a year ago. I think it was a year and a couple of months ago. So no, I have not done it again. That was one time, first time, and I have not done it since. And Botox 4 times. So those are the only things yes, and I got the surgery for my wisdom tooth. I don't want anyone to come back and say, why you did your surgery? Yes, I did. I got a general anesthesia. Yes, they put me to sleep because I couldn't handle the pain. So I pulled my wisdom tooth out, and that's it. Again, I don't mind sharing that information. So please, I get that question a lot. Every time I put a question box on my Instagram, I get that question a lot. Like, what kind of surgeries have you had? Please share with us what procedures. I think I'm flattered. I guess I'm flattered because people think I've done a lot of surgeries to my face. That's a compliment, I guess. No, I have not done anything. I will share with you if I've done anything openly. I don't mind people knowing whatever I've done to my face. Another one, can you talk about your relationship? Oh, how to deal with negativity. I wrote that down, but I forgot to. How to deal with negativity. That is also another question that could be an hour talk. But the short answer is stay away from it as much as you can. Stay away from negative energy. Stay away from negative people, bad vibes, bad energy, toxic people. And then the second thing would be, if you're unable to, I mean, sometimes you can't avoid it, right? Or if the people are in your family that you just can't avoid, work on yourself. I mean, you regardless have to work on yourself to make yourself stronger. Do a lot of self-care, read a lot of books, learn, every day learn. For me, every day is a school day. Every single day is a school day. I'm learning something new. I'm learning how to become stronger. I'm doing a lot of self-care. Just learning how to avoid and deal with negative people is a huge thing. But the most important one would be stay away from it. Stay away from it. Cut those people out of your life. Regardless of if you have negativity around you or not, you have to build a stronger self. You have to work on yourself, and that's what I've been doing for the past couple of years. And once you become stronger, you just don't let that get to you anymore. You don't let negativity get to you anymore, because you know at the end of the day that's not something you can control. And if you can't control it, then don't let it get to you. If it's something that you have not done, you cannot control, and if it's not going to matter in 5 minutes, forget about it. Just don't let it get to you. That's what I do. And again, that's something that I can talk an hour about. Maybe I'll do more. Actually, if you watched until here, if you've gone this far with me, first of all, thank you so much. Secondly, why don't you leave a question you have? I will do another video, so leave your comment, question, assumption, whatever it is, leave it in the comment section, because I haven't done it for YouTube, because it's easy to do it on Instagram story, but on here you can't do it. So this will be a poll or open question box. Put your questions down below, and I will happily do another video of these. Maybe if you want to go into detail about one of these things that we talked about today, I can do that. Maybe I can talk more about YouTube. Maybe I can talk more about friendships and how to do more self-care and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a long video. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you on my next video.